Hi guys. Every single day, happy Mother's Day, every single day until I get a proper response, a clear response from the British Columbia Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I am going to make a post about this. I'm going to speak on it, and I am going to continue to try to get as many people to engage as possible, because it's not okay for our children to be at risk at BC Adventist camp meeting. And if I call the RCMP for anything, if I have a concern and I call the RCMP in the community, I experience something, I see something and I call them, they take my number, and you know what they do? Without fail, they call me back. They call me back and they let me know what's going on. That's not been the case here. So far, I've been met with silence because I had to, because I also raised concern about something that to which they don't want to respond at all. So they're not responding to anything. And this is not okay. The two things are completely separate. Our children's safety is paramount. And I have already, for me, I've wrapped up the other process. I'm done. I'm good. And I'm doing what I need to do in that regard personally. But with this situation, it's 100% unacceptable that there's no response to something this serious. And so I'm just going to continue to create awareness and speak on it until something happens. As an Afro-descendant woman, I am 100% not okay with sitting back and just letting it be and sweeping it under the rug. Because when Afro-descendant children are harmed, as has been my experience in this conference already, when an Afro-descendant child is harmed, they tend not to respond with the same kind of robust, they tend not to give a robust response. And the response is typically to just do things quietly, kind of sweep it under the rug and leave it alone. And I can make I can cite specific circumstances where that occurred and it continues to occur. And I'm not okay with that. Our children in so many ways are as Sean Ginwright puts it, dealing with PTSE, persistent, traumatic, stressful environments in this place where they deal with so much marginalization and discrimination that is not handled healthily. And so where we can actually, where these are things that need to be done, we can actually do something about all of it. And I don't feel helpless. I am not learned helplessness is not a thing for me. I have risen from being knocked down so much, just like those balloon, what are they now? Balloon? Those are the things that you knock over and they just pop right back up. Girl, that is me. I have been knocked down and I'm going to keep popping right back up, persistently immersed in traumatic, stressful environments. And as much as I wish it was not so, this is the world. And so I'm going to keep popping back up. And so don't think for a second, guys, that what's going to happen is that I'm just going to let it go. Don't think for a minute that that's what's going to happen, that I'm just going to let it go. And that until literally, if it means that I have to continue to speak until I literally draw my last breath, that is what I will do. It is not okay that our children are put at risk of dealing with more stress and trauma than is necessary, when we can make alternate arrangements, when we can provide alternate care, alternate socialization, alternate places of refuge, alternate places of rehabilitation for people who have been affected and who are predators for one reason or another. The various factors are a reality, and we need to take action so that they are cared for. And so that's where I am right now. If you're going to choose not to respond, I'm going to choose to continue to speak. I am just like Stewie. Mom, 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 mother, 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 mom, mom. Mom, I keep doing that. My parents can tell you, I was literally born for this. I was born doing this. I was born being tenacious about speaking up. And no, I know, I 100% know, I was born resolute and I was made for this. God trained me for this and called me to this. And I was born also knowing when to let something go. And God has directly and deliberately coached me on learning how to come to acceptance around things that need to be accepted, and how to keep advocating and speaking for the things where my voice is still needed. So this is not some immature what's the word that I'm looking for? Immature, vengeful way of being. My people, I told you so long. Like we've been through a process from the 6th of February to like maybe a week ago, when I said to you guys that I'm moving through this process with the Spirit and I am done. Like I am done. I was done. I accepted. I literally moved through with Jesus. What is it like? Like, what does it mean to treat people like publicans and Pharisees? And I told you, Jesus said to me, the Spirit very clearly said, how do I treat you? And I laughed and I was like, oh, I got that. With love. With love. With the same kind of love that I wrapped a blanket around shoulders, many shoulders. With the same kind of love that God wraps around me. This situation is not one that I'm just going to let go. I'm just not going to just let go of it. This is not okay, and something really sensible and meaningful needs to be done in this specific situation. It is not okay for convicted child sex offenders to be at camp meeting where children are in an environment, they're on vacation, they're running free in a place which they feel like is a little heaven, because they have been brainwashed into believing that and I mean that, they have been brainwashed into believing that the environment is entirely safe, because we are people, all of truth, harmony, beauty, and remnant, heaven bound, just because we're Adventist. That is a fallacy, and we're immersing children in this very dangerous environment and allowing people whom we know are not safe to have access to them. Something needs to be done, and I hope that you take action as leaders committed to guiding and discipling sacred communities.